Hello everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to In Memoriam 2021, where we're taking a look back at the musical heroes that we lost this year. In all, we lost 38, including members from the Rolling Stones, ZZ Top, Kansas, the Moody Blues, Iron Butterfly, Skid Row, Cinderella, Faster Pussycat, Metal Church, and so many others. Before we get ready to say goodbye to these musical heroes though, if you are new to my channel and haven't already hit the subscribe button, please click the button. Also leave a comment, hit like, all those things help support my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And of course, as an added bonus, by subscribing, you'll be able to stay up to date on all that's going on in the world of music, just like this with In Memoriam 2021, revisiting the musical heroes we lost this year. Starting on January 1st, keyboardist Mick Bolton passed away at 72, best known for playing with Mott the Hoople in 1974 on their live album and Dexy's Midnight Runners from 1985 to 1986. On January 8th, we lost keyboardist Michael Fanfara, who passed away at 74, most famous for playing with Lou Reed and recording 9 albums with him between the years 1974 and 2005. He also played on Foreigner's album 4. On January 10th, Megaforce Records co-founder and Johnny Z's wife, Marcia Zazula, passed away at the age of 68. On January 13th, Vanilla Fudge and Cactus bassist Tim Bogart passed away at 76. He also was part of this supergroup Beck, Bogart, and Appice. On January 13th, New York Dolls guitarist Sylvain passed away at 69. They were part of the glam rock movement and highly influential proto-punk band. They originally released 2 studio albums, New York Dolls in 1973 and Too Much Too Soon in 1974, then later reformed in 2004 and released 3 more studio albums. On January 16th, pioneering producer Phil Spector passed away at 81. He was the original creator of the Wall of Sound and worked with artists as varied as the Beatles, George Harrison, John Lennon, Leonard Cohen, Tina Turner, and the Ramones. And while he was an amazing producer, we cannot forget that in 2009, he was convicted of murdering actress Lana Clarkson in 2003. He died while in prison, serving out his sentence of 19 to life. On January 23rd, bassist Tom Stevens from the Long Riders passed away at 64. Heavily influenced by the Byrds and country rock, the band was a key component to the Paisley underground scene of the 80s. On January 29th, guitarist Hilton Valentine from the 1960s band The Animals passed away at 77. They were best known for their hit House of the Rising Sun. On February 26, former Montrose lead vocalist Bob James passed away at 69. He took over for Sammy Hagar and recorded 2 albums with the band, Warner Brothers Presents Montrose in 1975 and Jump On It in 1976. On March 2nd, reggae legend Bunny Wailer passed away at 73. He co-founded the Wailers with Bob Marley and Peter Tosh, releasing their debut album in 1965. Bunny began a solo career in 1976. He also claimed a trio of Grammy Awards from the late 80s to early 90s. On March 4th, former Procol Harum bassist Alan Cartwright passed away at 75. He played with the band from 1971 to 1976. Then on March 5th, singer-songwriter Michael Stanley passed away at 72. The Michael Stanley Band released 10 albums between 1975 and 1987. Following the demise of the band, Michael would continue on as a solo artist. On March 7th, Entombed frontman L.G. Petrov passed away at 49. And on March 26th, former Faster Pussycat drummer Brett Bradshaw passed away. He played with the band from 1990 to 1993, and he played on their 3rd studio album, Whipped, in 1992. He would also later play in Brett Muscat's Faster Pussycat from 2006 to 2007. On April 2nd, bassist and founding member of War, Morris B.B. Dickerson, passed away at the age of 71. He stayed with the band for 10 years, releasing 12 studio albums with the band, helping to usher in their peak of popularity. On April 14th, Poco co-founder, frontman, and guitarist Rusty Young passed away at the age of 75. He was a virtuoso on the pedal steel and praised for his abilities on the Hammond B3 organ. On April 20th, musical genius Jim Steinman passed away at the age of 73, known for his work with Meat Loaf and the Bat Out of Hell album, which would become one of the biggest selling albums of all time, selling 15 million copies alone in the US and an estimated 40 million around the world. But more than that, he was also a composer, lyricist, producer, playwright, arranger, pianist, and singer. On May 1st, Talas frontman Phil Naro passed away at 63. The band is best known as having performed the original version of Shy Boy, later covered by David Lee Roth when Billy Sheehan joined the band. Talas, along with Billy Sheehan, recently completed recording a brand new studio album that is due out later in 2022. On May 7th, actress and 80s video vixen Tawny Kitaen passed away at 59. Best known for a series of 4 videos she filmed with Whitesnake starting in 1987. She also briefly married Whitesnake frontman David Coverdale, and another notable appearance that she made is on Ratt's classic 1983 album cover for Out of the Cellar. On June 26, former Skid Row vocalist Johnny Solinger passed away at 55. In 1999, he joined the reunited Skid Row, taking over for Sebastian Bach. He fronted the band for 16 long years until 2015, and while in Skid Row, the band released 2 full-length albums, 2 EPs, and beyond Skid Row, he also had his own band, Solinger, that released 2 albums and 1 EP, and in 2008, he put out a country solo album as well. On June 29th, former Uriah Heep and Lucifer's Friend vocalist John Lawton passed away at 74. He played with Lucifer's Friend on and off for more than 50 years, from 1970 until his death. They released 10 studio albums together. However, John is probably best known for his short-lived stint in Uriah Heep, which he spent 3 years from 1976 to 79 and released 3 studio albums with the band. On July 14th, Cinderella guitarist Jeff LaBar passed away at the age of 58. He released 4 studio albums with the band. In addition to Cinderella, he had a side project with fellow Cinderella member bassist Eric Breitenham called Naked Beggars, and he played guitar for a short-lived supergroup called Freak Show, and in 2014 he released a solo EP called One for the Road. On July 17th, former Kansas violinist Robbie Steinhardt passed away at 71. He joined an early incarnation of Kansas in 1973 and would release 9 studio albums with the band. Between 1982 and 1997, Robbie fronted his own band, Steinhardt Moon, releasing 2 albums with them. On July 26, Metal Church vocalist Mike Howe passed away at 55. He joined the band in 1988, recording 3 albums with the band. He would later return in 2015 and record 2 more albums with the band. Prior to joining Metal Church, he fronted the band Heretic, releasing 1 album, Breakpoint, in 1988. On July 26, former Slipknot drummer Joey Jordison passed away at 46. He was with the band since their incarnation up until 2013, releasing 4 studio albums with the band. On July 28th, legendary ZZ Top bassist Dusty Hill passed away at 72. He joined ZZ Top in 1969, releasing 15 studio albums together, including 1983's Eliminator, which would go on to sell 10 million copies just in the US alone. And according to guitarist Billy Gibbons, Dusty completed recording his bass parts for their new album prior to his death. The album is expected sometime in 2022. On August 1st, former Poco singer and guitarist Paul Cotton passed away at 78. He was part of the band for 14 years between 1970 and 1984, and he would release 5 solo albums as well. On August 22nd, former Trouble vocalist Eric Wagner passed away at 62. At the time, he was fronting the band Skull. On August 24th, legendary Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts passed away at the age of 80. He joined the band in 1963, playing with them for 58 years, recording 25 studio albums in the US, and selling over 200 million albums worldwide. However, he trained as a graphic designer and early on served as the band's designer for album covers and tour stages. On August 28th, former Tangier guitarist Gary Saint passed away. He played with the band from 1986 to 1990 and recorded their second studio album, Four Winds, in 1989. On August 29th, former Iron Butterfly drummer Ron Bushy passed away at 79. He joined the band in 1966 and played on all 6 of the band's studio albums, including their second album, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, from 1968. On September 5th, Black Oak, Arkansas founder and guitarist Ricky Lee Reynolds passed away at 72. The band is best known for their 1973 hit, Jim Dandy. On October 8th, English Beat drummer Everett Morton passed away at 71. Known simply as The Beat in the UK, they were a prominent ska band, releasing 3 albums in the early 80s, best known for their hit Mirror in the Bathroom. On October 25th, longtime Journey manager Herbie Herbert passed away at 73. He began his career as a roadie for Santana, and then in 1973 initiated the first lineup of Journey, later staying on to be their manager. He also managed Journey offshoot bands The Storm and Hardline, as well as Steve Miller Band. On October 29th, rock journalist Malcolm Dome passed away at 66. In addition to publishing several books, he also contributed to a number of magazines. He wrote liner notes to albums as well, and he was credited as inventing the term thrash metal. On November 18th, legendary photographer Mick Rock passed away at 72. He shot for some of the biggest acts in the music world, including Queen, David Bowie, Thin Lizzy, T-Rex, and so many others. On November 11th, Moody Blues drummer Graham Edge passed away at 80. He was a founding member of the band in 1964 and spent 54 years with the band, playing on all 16 albums that the band released. And on December 10th, Mike Nesmith, who was a member of the Monkees, passed away at 78. He was a co-star of the Monkees TV show from 1966 to 1968. Mike released 10 albums with the band. He had a successful solo career. He also wrote for other artists, including Linda Ronstadt, and was an executive producer on the 1984 film Repo Man. To all the great musical heroes we lost in 2021, rest in peace. You will be missed but not forgotten. Take some time today to celebrate the great musical legacy of these icons, listen to their great body of work that they created for us and left for us to enjoy. All right, everyone, take care. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye, everyone.